Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Ooh, ooh, one sec. I know. Okay, so for those that don't know, usually the first couple minutes of the stream we just kind of talk because I don't like diving right into the whatever the subject is, which is this, which I'm really excited for. So usually we talk, but I'm also doing business right now because I may be getting a pretty cool thing that I can't talk about. We'll see how that goes. Close that message. We'll see. So how's everyone doing today? How is everyone doing today? Do I have to hide any addresses on here? I do have to hide an address on here. Fun fact, if you ever have to hide an address on something, like a box that came in that has your full legal name and your legal address and everything, a lot of that stuff is put on with, what's it called? It's thermoreactive paper. So what you do is you just take a heat gun and you heat up the label with a heat gun. And then all of a sudden, all your personal information goes bye-bye. 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 Look. See? Ooh. Ooh. Now no one will know I am here. Yeah, there. Because nothing is worse than having to edit a live video on YouTube because of the YouTube's live editor sucks. I could peel the label off. I could, but fire is fun. How's everyone doing today? I'm excited. So today we are taking a look at Sovol's new printer, the SV08. So it's been a little bit since we've played with a Sovol printer. We last unboxed, we had the SV06 and the SV06 Max. I really liked those printers. They knew exactly what they were, which was basically a Prusa equivalent for cheap with pretty decent build quality. They were budget. Budget printers have issues, but they delivered pretty well. The SV07 line, I wasn't too happy with. They reached out. I declined to take one for review, simply for the fact that it was an Ender clone with Clipper. So now we got a Voron clone with Clipper. So we are going to be unboxing this. Apparently the build time is about an hour-ish to get this up and running. So is this a Voron in a box, or is it a lemon? Because unfortunately a lot of 3D printing lately has been either it works and it's good, or it's a lemon. I'm hoping it's not a lemon. So before we get started, I do want to remind you, every stream we do give away a spool of Polymaker filament. Link in the video description. Enter for your chance to win. While you're down there, don't forget to check out some of the links in the description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel, like the Polymaker link there if you want to get some awesome filament to feed your 3D printers. And also, if you want to help support the channel, the content I create, and the things I do, consider becoming a channel member, Patreon supporter, or if you're really cool, gifting memberships to others. Or hey, just subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on cool streams like this in the future. So I'm optimistically excited for this printer. Me too. So I have actually opened the box, kinda, sorta. It did get a dent during shipping. So I did open it up the other day just to make sure that everything seems okay, and it does. But I haven't opened it beyond that. So we got that. So before we dive into this, because I want to get this up and going, because I do need to end stream a little bit early, like 10 minutes earlier than we normally do. I do want to do the whole YouTube disclosure things. This printer was sent to me by Sovol. I didn't sign any contract. Words and opinions are my own. They obviously haven't seen this prior because I'm doing this live. I haven't been paid anything. They haven't told me anything to say. They have told me some things I'm not allowed to say because of like the final price. It's under 600. That's all they've said. So yeah, the only thing I can't really say is stuff that's embargoed because they don't want it out before the actual like public release date, which I don't know if they've actually announced the when this will be available, but it's April and I think it's before the funny number day in April. So let's get going. But before we do that, because I got another thing, I do want to put a little pin in something because I'm seeing a bunch of people talking. Voron Design had absolutely nothing to do with this, okay? For the record, full disclosure, I am a member of the Voron Design team. Anytime Voron Design, anytime anything with Voron and companies are related, I do not take part in any of those discussions because of conflict of interest, me being a YouTuber as well. So Sovol has reached out to Voron. TLDR, Voron doesn't work with commercial companies for this kind of thing at all. Voron has kind of worked with like LDO Motors and some manufacturers and whatnot for small components and whatnot, but Voron Design does not officially endorse any kits, officially, doesn't participate in any like working with companies for commercial products like this. TLDR, I know a ton of the Sovol marketing has Voron plastered all over it. I'm not a huge fan of that because Voron Design, other than obviously being the inspiration for this, which full disclosure, Voron's open source. Anyone can build and sell a Voron. You could start up a shop in your garage building and selling Vorons. You could do it. It's perfectly legal. Anyone could do it. Vivendo/Forumbot have been doing it with the Trodan line. That's fine. But I know a lot of Sovol marketing has Voron Design in it, especially on Twitter over the past week. Voron has absolutely nothing to do with this, okay? Voron hasn't given them the thumbs up. They haven't given them the thumbs down. Voron has given them the, okay, cool, you do you, fam. So that's about it, okay? So some people get it's a small cut of the, who said that? Mensch, who said that? Who said that? Because, hi, I'm on the Voron Design team. We're not. Next layer? Next layer is wrong. Where the hell did he get that information? The next layer said it. Is he on the Voron team? Hi, I'm on the Voron team. He's wrong. I actually purposely talked to some senior members on the Voron team who do get involved with these discussions. Now, full disclosure, as far as I'm aware, Sovol reached out and offered to donate a part of the sales to Voron, and Voron turned it down because we don't get involved with that stuff. Yeah, $2. Yeah, no, yeah, Voron turned that down. He needs to edit that video. And actually, shoot. 1 second, I'm gonna have to do business stuff now. So. So yeah, Voron is a nonprofit company. Voron is not a 3D printing company. Voron doesn't sell anything. Voron does work with some manufacturers like LDO Motors, obviously, but it's mostly just providing opinions and fact-checking stuff. But like, there's never been any official like discussion with Voron about any sort of agreement or anything. If they're doing it of their own accord through like donation button on the Voron Design website, cool. But we haven't like done anything because Voron doesn't do that with companies. We don't have any agreements for payments from companies or anything like that. Now, if Sovol, out of the goodness of their heart, wants to donate $2 of every sale to Voron through their little donation thingy on the website, but that's not like a thing in writing or anything. That's just them saying something. But I did speak with the some people on the Voron Design team, and yeah, we don't have anything agreement at all with Sovol, which is how we like it. It's a lot easier to manage a company when you don't have to worry about sales. Because how the hell would you distribute any revenue with Voron Design? Voron Design has, I don't know, anywhere from 20 to 70 people on the team, depending on how you count the team, in various different countries in the world, and people contribute different amounts. So who gets what? Yeah. But yeah, there is nothing like, if Sovol's saying that, that's Sovol saying that. Voron has no feedback on that because we don't get involved with that. Okay. Only a company for legal reasons, pretty much licensing and trademark stuff, basically. Might be a miscommunication. Sovol may have mentioned donation thing. Yeah, I don't know. Doc gets it. No, it can't be Doc. Doc's such a good guy. You know, the other day I did a hell dive mission, and I completed the entire mission solo, and I didn't die. I completed all the objectives on Helldivers 2, and as I was extracting, Doc decided to visit me and shot me right in the back with a breaker shotgun and killed me instantly. So that I went from not dying to dying on that mission solo. So there goes that achievement. Doc's a great guy. I'm gonna keep reminding him of that. Voron is dated because it doesn't include a filament sensor. 5 seconds. Who said that? What? Okay, the stock Voron doesn't have a filament sensor. Cool. It's called a KW10 micro switch. It costs 10 cents, and you can plug it into any open and stop switch on your controller board. Just because the stock design doesn't have one, it's because there's too many different designs out there, and anyone can add one. What? Yeah. Anyways, let's get this unboxed and opened up. Let's build a printer. Who wants to build a printer? You guys want to build a printer? Let's build a printer. Let's build a printer. Let's build a printer. I always cut the lids off these boxes just because it's easier. So apparently the build time for this is about an hour. So full disclosure, again, they did send me this. I received this printer a couple weeks ago, actually. But I didn't open it or anything because I was busy in the middle of doing the Milo build, and I was doing work on the Piopoly Magneto X. So basically, I had a mind to open it up and get it built and do like testing and do a review on it like a real YouTuber. But then after realizing how much it sucked hiding the Piopoly for a while, and this thing is bigger, I said, screw it, we'll just do an unboxing live stream. Doesn't Voron sell t-shirts and hoodies? I think we do. I don't know. They're like old and nobody buys them. But you can buy a Crimp It Ain't Easy shirt on my merch store. Link in the description. Why build a printer when you can speculate and start rumors? What? Okay. So let's see what we got in the box. So here is my review criteria. Okay. People are like, this is a Voron in a box. Okay. I really like the SV06. That was the previous Sovol I have experience with. I didn't play with the SV07. TLDR, if this is basically a Voron in a box, I'll be happy. At under $600, as long as it's repairable, it has normal clipper on it, it doesn't have any stupid design limitations, it doesn't have any glaring issues. If it's a $600 USD Voron in a box, well, that's where we're starting with. Good job. If it has a ton of issues and, you know, proprietary BS, then we'll start having fun. So we got the manual here. And it does seem to go together kind of like I expected. So I am going to follow the build manual of this as we go. Wi-Fi operation guide. Use the USB flash drive included in the machines and insert it into your computer to access this content. Search for a file named wi-fi.cfg within the drive. Okay, so we'll do that. Oh, heck yeah, we get our 250 gram of sample PLA. That's the good stuff. This is why you buy printer kits, because you get this. This is why. Website says sold out. Yeah, it's not for sale yet. And the price that they have on the website is a temporary price. It's a placeholder price. They always do that. So, yeah. You really want a big quartz Y. This is $350. Now, this doesn't come with the enclosure, but there will be a panel kit available at a future date. And I already seen some people grumbling that it doesn't have a chamber heater. If this is like a normal Voron, you don't need a chamber heater because the bed should get the chamber hot enough. At least on most Vorons, that's how it works. You can get 60C in a Voron easily with just off the bed and proper, because Vorons aren't, you know, filled with holes and built out of sheet metal or tin can sheet metal, like a lot of other printers that have to put a chamber heater in it to just get 50. What do we got in here? What do we got in here? What do we got in here? We got a box. In the box, we have not for sale, special accessory for reviewer. Ooh, ooh la la. Ooh la la. What do we got here? What's the special stuff? It's like an MKS eMMC adapter and a ST Link V2. Okay, cool. I don't know what that is. I think that's instead of an SD card. Some filament stuff, nozzles. I'm really hoping, I got a feeling they did. I'm really hoping it's not a proprietary hot end. I'm really hoping it uses a standard nozzle, or at least it uses the nozzle that the SV06 line used, but we'll see. How do you rate what? I haven't opened it yet. We can't rate the printer. Also, hi, people in the future, this is not a review. Do not call this a review. This is an unboxing and first impression video. Free side cutters. Yes, yes. Wait, let me get him. Let me get him out. Let me get him out. Ha ha. Ha ha, there they are. Wait. Okay. Let me get him out. Let me get him out. Let me get him out. Ha ha. A fine addition to my collection. Add you to the pile. One of these days, I'm going to go around my house and collect them all and count how many I have. I've got to have a couple, at least a couple dozen of those by now. Okay, so this filament can just kind of... Instructions over there for now. Okay, so I'm going to put the box on the ground and we'll just go through this one at a time. So I think the first thing we're going to look at is the gantry because it's coming out right now. Okay, here's the gantry. So the gantry is pre-assembled, which I kind of figured. So I kind of figured how the assembly for this would go. There would be a bottom, a top, 4 verticals, and the gantry. And you just kind of slide it all in. Hardware-wise, we got this guy. Why are there wires there? What is that? Is that an end stop? Or that's a camera. That's a camera. There's a camera. We got a camera under the gantry. So we got a flying camera with it. That's nice. Sub $600 Core XY printer comes with a camera. Come on, Prusa. Okay. That's not bad. So obviously it's Voron kinematics, but slightly different. As you can see, the belt pathing is slightly different, but it's the same basic belt pathing, just slightly different. I do like how it all is pre-assembled. And I don't know about you. Why do those screws come down? Where are those coming down? Do they go right through? Oh, they go right through. Okay. Those pins look replaceable. So I've got a feeling. Let me grab a punch. Yes, I'm grabbing a punch. We're going to take this build slow because I'm going to inspect it. I need a punch. This is a punch. I want to see if these pins are replaceable, because that is one of my biggest criticisms of current 3D printers, is the fact that you can't easily service or replace components. Okay? Also the fact that I can't find my camera. I had it. Oh, it's right here. Oh, by the way, I put the print up, the print from Saturday stream. I put it up on the wall. Okay, let's see here. Are these driftable? Can you drift these? Let me. Oh wait, no, they got a screw holding it in place there. I think they are driftable. I think they are driftable. 1 second here. Can you drift these? They got a screw right here. What does this screw do? Is this just a captive screw? I think this is just a captive screw. So you take that screw out, and then you can, if hopefully, yep. Yep. Oh, I love to see it. I love to see it. You can replace the pins. So if you blow a bearing, you don't have to completely tear apart the entire bloody printer. Awesome. So how it works is they have pins for the bearings, and then they just have a little screw on top that keeps the pin from flying out. And then underneath, if you look, they have access holes, so you could punch them out. So if you blow a bearing on this, you could just drift out the pin with a punch and swap out the bearing. So right off the bat, love to see that. Love to see that. So that's a win in my book. We do have belt tensioning. You can adjust belt tension. That's good to see. The extrusions are custom. These are custom extrusions. They do have some slots. The rails are unlabeled. I'd have to take one of these carriages off to take a look. We'll take a look when we look at the Z ones to see what brand they are. But it does seem, motion is smooth. Also, I'm not seeing the carriage do that, so that means it's a nice smooth motion. That is good. The belts look, everything looks straight. Does it do the creality thing? Nope. The belts look evenly spaced throughout it. So that's... The only thing I might be concerned about are these bearings. These bearings are tooth idlers, which means they have needle bearings in them, which means if any bearing was probably going to fail on this in the long term, it would probably be these guys. But they're easily replaceable. You can replace these in under a minute. Love that. Love that. Wants to know if it's hard to replace the belts. No. It would just be like rebelting a Voron. You would just undo the clamp, and then just rerun the belts. And it's basically like a Voron, so you'd have pretty much access. Rebelting this looks to be, from initial impressions, pretty much the same as rebelting a Voron. So we're starting off good. I'm trying to be super critical because people are going to compare this to a Voron. Simple as that. And as somebody who's on the Voron team, I gotta defend my honor. Hot surface stickers. Yeah, okay, so that's the gantry. Stay. Okay. I think this is the top. Okay, this might be the top. Okay, that's that. We got LEDs. We got one LED strip. Okay, we got one LED strip. Okay. This is not extrusions. This is light. This is very light. It says Sovol. I'm assuming that's the front. Or that might be the side, because that looks like a filament inlet. Is it flat? Flat enough. Hard to say. This table isn't flat. Okay, this feels very thin, but it should be rigid enough. It's a square. Okay, that's that. LED is better than a Voron. And then we have... Oh, that's what my kid did. Okay. This pencil is not part of it. The box was sitting at the front door, and the little guy decided to stab the box with a pencil a bunch of times. So this pencil is not part of the kit. Yeah, is this the extruder? Okay, so the tool head is pre-attached. So let's get this out. Okay. So we've got the screen. Looks like a Big Tree Tech style Mini 12864. I personally like these kind of screens. I really don't care for a touchscreen on a printer. I view it as a waste, especially considering most modern printers that are good have it's you have a web interface. This is just for maintenance purposes, in my opinion. But it does seem actually really nice. Nice click, nice stop, nice housing. Okay, cool, that's that. Oh my God, it's better than a Voron. It has a filament runout switch. And we got our Z. So it looks like the Z assembly is pre-assembled. So you have, okay. So you got your geared Z motor, okay? With the belt reduction like you do on a Voron with the big chunky gears. It is pre-assembled. Oh man, that's stiff, but that makes sense. That's gonna be stiff. So you got your rail, your extrusion, that's machined. That's a machine part for mounting. That's nice to see. We got stickers, Z4, so I'm assuming each one of these is pre-labeled. Adjustment at the top. So yeah, this is a pre-assembled unit. So this is your 4Z, which if you're gonna do a commercial Voron and flat pack it, this is pretty much exactly what I would do. The belts are Gates. Are these the 9 mil? Yeah, they're Gates 10 mil. 9 or 10 mil, I can't say. LL2 GT. So they're thick Gates belts, pre-tensioned. So that is actually nice to see. That's good. Is that all that? Yeah, that's all that. And then we got the base down here. So let me this over, yeah. And grab the base. Try not to drop the base. Okay, so yeah, come on. Ooh, ooh. The base didn't want to come out. Okay, there we go. Yeah. There we go. Okay, ooh. I got a free screw. Okay, so you guys want to take a look at the electronics before we build it up? Here's the tool head. It does seem very Sovol-esque. I've got an extra nozzle in here. I believe it is proprietary. Let's take a looky-loo. Yeah, here's the nozzle assembly. It looks like. By the way, I crunched my thumb yesterday, and I'm getting a blood blister in there, and I'm not loving it. That's a bamboo clone. It's a Voron clone. Let's be honest. Well, it's not a clone. It's inspired by Voron. So yeah. So it does look like it has like a bamboo-esque nozzle heater assembly, which means proprietary. Not a huge fan of proprietary nozzles. I much prefer if companies were to use existing standards, or they iterate on an existing standard so that it's so much better than the existing standard that it's better, instead of just we're doing our own thing because it's our own thing. Magneto does it. Magneto uses the volcano nozzle. Look at the little fan. Is that the part cooling fan? Okay, so you got a little. That's your part cooling fan. Then wait, what do we got here? What do we got? What's this fan? Wait, do you have two? Oh, wait, no, you got two part cooling fans, I think. You have this that blows from the back, and then you also have this one that blows from the sides, I think. Does this come off easily? Yeah, it does. Okay. So yeah, so you got a front duct that blows and a rear. So you got two fans for part cooling. We got an inductive probe. There's our heat sink with its fan. And we got a tool head board. It's got a Raspberry Pi 2040, it looks like, I think. Or no, that's the driver. That's the driver. A lot of goop in there, but That's a tool head board. And the extruder appears to be an orbiter style planetary gear setup. We do have an extra fan header. Probably RP2040. We'll take a look once we get it open. Is that magnetic? Is it magnetic? Yeah, it's magnetic. Yeah, it's magnetic. There you go. Okay, that's not too bad. And then you get a little gear on the back if you want to do that. Okay. It could be CAN or USB. Could be one or the other. Here's the bed. That looks exactly out of Creality's thing. Is that a switch? I don't know what that is. Is that? I'm wondering if this is a Z switch. I don't know if you could. I'm wondering if it doesn't click. That's a nozzle scrubber. That's that. Bed is generic bed. I'm assuming it's not mains. Where's the front back of this? Okay, where's the power in? We got HDMI out. We got HDMI out. Oh wait. Oh, it's got handles. It's got handles. There's the power switch. I don't see any inlet stuff. According to this, it's a 1200 watt power draw. Machine power is 1200 watts. That means it's not a mains bed, which means you're pumping a ton of amperage through that bed. Let's flip it over and start digging at the electronics. Okay. That's a metal plate. So we got, okay, so the frame is extrusions. There are extrusions going through, and then you have this plastic injection molded shell. Do we have a date wheel? Date wheel, date wheel. Where's the date wheel? I want to know when this was made. Might be underneath here. Let's take this off. Andrew Rogers, $10 for the Handles Fund. Appreciate it. Who here went and saw the eclipse yesterday? Is it an AC bed? Well, we'll find out in a second here. I did, and yeah, totally worth it. Totally worth going to see that eclipse. Oh, that sucks. Wayne gifted 10 community memberships. Cheers and appreciate it. Yep. We got a strip screw. Or correction, we don't. It's not a strip screw. It's a stripped heat set. It looks like. Okay. I just got from me just getting a quick response from the Voron team. Yeah, there's nothing in place with Sovol in regards to them saying the $2 thing. If they're saying that, that's them saying that. We have no follow-up to that. We haven't made, you know, obviously they haven't sold anything, so they're promising to send Voron $2 with every sale. Obviously we haven't seen that yet because they haven't sold anything yet, but that's just them saying that. There's nothing in place officially or anything. So let's see if I can get this. Because this one is stuck, I think. Any screws down there? Nope. Okay. Okay, so immediately I see something I don't like. Right here. Can you see? Yeah, okay, it's better on this camera. See right here, these are the wires. This is sheet metal. This is sheet metal. The wires here don't have a grommet. Okay, so let me see if I can get this screw out. Freaking thing is stuck. 1 second. The heat set is not like attached to the plastic. I'm trying to jam something in. The screw has been removed. I also unplugged that fan really quickly. Yeah, so let's do the overhead. These wires right here sit right against the sharp metal. I don't like that. Right off the bat, I don't like that. Right here, you can see it right here. They are zip tied, but they do have, this is the wire run going to the tool head. There is no grommet around this. So this is raw sheet metal. It's stamped. It's not like there's a burr on it, but it's still raw metal with wires touching it. I don't like that. That needs to be, there should be a grommet on that. Anytime you run metal, like wires through metal, you should have a rubber grommet or something. I am going to temporarily fix that with some like Tessa tape or something to try and protect it a bit. Now here's the thing, I took that fan off. I don't know where that fan plugged into. I'm assuming it's here, but we'll find out. I forgot to check that. The bed is not mains, or is that? No, that's a MOSFET. That doesn't look like a mains bed. Or no, it is. Wait, it's hard to say. It says 110 or 220, so that might not be a main. Oh no, it can't be. Yeah, it's not a mains bed. Or correction, it is a mains bed. That power supply is way too small for a 24-volt bed. So yeah, so we got a LM150, so 150 watt, 24-volt power supply. That's powering all of this. The bed itself has its own controller right here. It's got its own solid state relay, I believe. So that's that. This controller itself, it's not really labeled. It's an H616JC. It's got an STM32F103, and then an all-winner H616 controller. So it's an all-in-one board. There's your screen, there's your thing. We got ferrules. We got hot glue holding all the plugs in. We got an eMMC module there with Wi-Fi. We do have an external Wi-Fi antenna. That is, where's that? Right here. It does have HDMI out. You may be able to put a clipper screen on this if you're super cool. I don't know where this guy goes. Oh, that might be for the motor. That's probably for the motor. Yeah, these are for the motors. Okay. They even glued in, where's this USB go? Where's this USB go? Does that go all the way to the tool head? Yeah, I think the tool head is USB. Because that's USB. It's glued in place. Not bad. I do like how they have this little shield here to protect your fingers from touching the things. Everything's tight. Everything has ferrules. Everything's properly crimped. I don't see any bare wires. The only complaint I have is that that shielding. The fact that it doesn't have a grommet along that. I don't like that. Does it have Ethernet? It do have Ethernet. It works with clipper screen. Awesome. Did I miss one? Smoking Joe, thank you for coming a member. Cheers and appreciated. OG Speed, thank you for coming a member. Cheers and appreciated. I think that's it. Yeah, those are okay. Is the zip tie? It's zip tied to the frame. It's zip tied here to like the plastic. It's just zip tied. It's just a bundle of wires zip tied. There's no protection on it. There is a little bit of like Tessa tape around the wires here, but that's not really protecting anything. There should be a grommet of some sort on the actual shield itself, because I'm gonna use it. This is a phrase that I picked up in the tool shop. So if you have little kids, plug their ears. But if you wouldn't rub your dick on that, it's sharp and needs protection. So, yeah. So I'm gonna get some tape here, and I'm gonna put a little tape on that. Why can I never find my scissors? It's not available yet. This will be available before the funny number day in April. The board fan was glued. I just took this off with authority. So right now, I'm just putting some Tessa tape, which is like wire harness tape, just around that, just to kind of, for my own thing. I really don't like having wires touching raw metal, essentially. The 18th, have they announced the 18th? Okay, so it's the 18th then. And it's under 600, and I believe they are doing the thing where they tier it, where if you order it sooner, you get it for cheaper. I really don't like that, but that's what companies do nowadays. I hate that. I hate how gamified everything has become. I hate that. You download models off a site for points. Yeah, everything's gamified. I don't like it. The pledge $2, although it seems that Voron team is not aware of this. I know. Well, no, they reached out to us, and we don't want anything official. We don't do anything official with companies when it comes to payments. Voron is a non-profit. Okay, it's a 2-fan header. So which one is it? I'm assuming it's this one. I'm assuming it would be this fan. I'm assuming it'd be, or would it be fan 1? I'm assuming it's fan 1. Let's assume this is fan 1. I can always change it in the config. Yeah, I'm assuming that was that. So fan 1 is J43. So if I need to change that, I can change that. Okay. How does this go? Did it go this way? Yeah, it went this way. Oh, and the frame is grounded. For those wondering, the frame is grounded. So the only real thing I didn't like underneath the hood is the wire loom not being protected in that one little area. It needs a grommet, and also one of the little inserted, not heat sets because this is injection molded, but one of the injection molded M3 screw downs was loose, and the screw wouldn't come out, so I had to chop it. But other than that, could be better, could be worse, could be a lot worse, could be better. The fan connects to the left plug close to the USB. Okay. How do you know that? Unless somebody did a teardown of it. Oh, left plug closest to the USB. Yeah, okay, we're good. I have it right there, so that's the plug closest to the USB. So now we put this all back together. Oh, and I'm assuming, yeah, that's a Morrison power supply. Yeah, if it's a Morrison, it should be self-switching. Yeah, I shouldn't have to switch it to 110. Said they are officially given back to the... is not correct. Here's the thing, Iconic Fab. They could say whatever they want. There's nothing officially arranged with the Voron team or anything. I'm of the opinion, personally, I think $2 is a joke. Like, if I were like, hey guys, I'm going to start selling cars that are heavily inspired by the Mustang, and I'm going to give Ford $2. That's fair, right? Now, if they sell millions of these and they give $2 million to the Voron team, sure, cool, whatever. But until they, you know, it's just them saying stuff. There's nothing that, like, the Voron team doesn't have any arrangement with Sovol. They have reached out, and we basically said, you do you, we don't get involved with companies for this kind of stuff. Because Voron doesn't sell stuff. Okay, so that is under the hood. And for those wondering, today is mostly the get it up and functioning and take a look at it and maybe do a test print. Friday we'll do more with this. Okay, that's that. That's that. Let's start building it, I guess. Let me get the instructions here. How big is it? Print volume is 350 by 350 by 345. On paper, this should just be a Voron. This should perform, I'm expecting this to perform like a Voron 350. Because, let's be honest. Okay. User manual. Thank you for choosing Sovol printers. Thank you for sending me this printer. Note, do not use a printer except as described. Cool. Here's all your stuff. Okay. So, take out the base Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 from components as box, and place the nozzle kit in the hotbed platform. Cool. Okay. So let's start building. So I've got to flip this over. Okay, so we got little stickers here. So this is the back. No, is this the front? I'm assuming this is the front. This is the ADD. This is Z1. Actually, this is Z0. 0, 1, 2, 3. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. They did it backwards. But that's just a nitpick. It doesn't really matter. Okay. So I'm assuming this should just attach pretty simply. There is a corresponding corner mark on the installation corner of the component. Z1 components installed in Z1. Okay, cool. So that goes in there. It slides up, and then you put some screws in. So this is Z4. I'm assuming this plugs into there. So let's see here how easy this goes. That's caught there. I'm trying to see. Where's this wire for? Well, that goes like that. Okay. So under. Pay attention to where they're, and then. Okay, I'm going to slide this off the corner here. Let's see. How does this? That said 4, that said 4. Am I missing something here? What are you catching on? Oh, there we go. Okay, it's like a, it has to be in a perfect spot, and then it just slides in. Nope. 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 Hope I'm not. Here, come on. What are you catching on? Oh, no, no, we're good there. No, that's install the upside, yeah. Is it just? Come on. There we go. Okay, let's. There we go. It just, you have to have it lined up perfectly. Okay, so that's that. So then this plugs in right here. Okay. And then we got to put some screws in here. Okay, so that does go in. Okay. It's really got to slot in the right spot. How do we have 1,000 people here? Hi, everyone. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you don't miss out. I'm going to give you the best tip ever. Anytime you're unboxing a new printer, the first thing you're going to do, find the bag of stuff, find the really pointy thing that you stab yourself on all the time and throw it in the garbage. Because otherwise what'll happen, you'll grab the bag like this in the future and stab yourself. I do it all the time. It sucks. There's your tip of the day. So I need to put some screws in here. There's actually quite a few different screws that go in here. Oh, wow. Okay, so we've got M540. M540. It's gonna be 30-ish more days for mine. Oh, you're getting one too? Cool. Okay. Everyone say hi, Daniel. That's wrong. Is that the right one? That's the right one. There we go. That went flying. There we go. Okay. This isn't... Is that centered? I guess that's centered. I don't like that. Oh well, maybe it'll sort itself out as we go. So that's that. These are, oh wow, there's 4 different size screws you use for this. M430s? Wait, what? M430s, yeah. Bearded Bucket gifted 5 gaming memberships. Cheers and appreciated. Okay, that goes in there. But yeah, if you were ever going to build a commercial Voron, this is how you would have to ship it. Shipping a fully assembled Voron is a... Yeah. What are the dimensions of the base? Any chance to fit on a... Well, this will fit... I think this will fit on a 24-inch desk. Your standard desk is 24 inches. This is like 21.5 inches. So yeah, it'll fit on your standard like desk. M430, M515, and M58. There's 4 different screw sizes you need to put this together. And that hole is not drilled out. Oh, maybe it is. M515, okay, yeah. There's that. And then M48. Why are these all different size screws? What size screw do you want to use to build our printer? Yes. Tip for manufacturers: if you could design your thing to only use one size screw by just changing the size of like how deep counterbores are and whatnot, do it. It's a heck of a lot easier than 4 screws that are all different. Correction, 5 screws that are 4 different sizes. Okay. So that is Z4. Now I need Z3. That's Z2. Where is that Z1? There's Z3. Okay. Okay. Oh, that screws into the extrusion. That makes sense. Okay, so that goes like that. Let's slide you off the edge here. I could line this up perfectly. There we go. Okay, that makes sense. So you got to line it up below the printer and shove it all the way up into the printer. Okay. And 540. You already have 6 Vorons. You don't think you need another? You think you do, but you don't. Or you think you don't, but you do. Because what happens if 6 of those Vorons go down at the exact same time? You'd be done. You wouldn't have a printer. What would you do? What would you do? What is your plan if all 6 of your Vorons go down? That's why you need 7. How thick is the bed? It's a PCB bed. It's a PCB bed, it looks like. It's not like a cast tooling plate. It's nowhere near heavy enough to be one. So it's a cast tooling plate bed. Or it's not a cast tooling plate bed. Okay. And what's that last one? Those two are M430s, M430s. I wonder how many people are going to make videos with this, with the title, "Can we have Voron? We have Voron at home." And then a picture of this of Voron at home. How is this listed? Oh, is everyone in my chat learning about placeholder prices right now? Is everyone in my chat learning about what a placeholder price is right now? Is this everyone's first experience with a placeholder price? Pretty much all websites, if they set up a page that's public for something, depending on how their backend is set up, a lot of times it's just easier to put a price that's stupidly high that no one will actually pay than to like make it out of stock or something. Like, remember the whole, what was the website that like people were like, all the conspiracy theorists were going on about, where like they were like, was it selling kids or something stupid like that? Wayfair. Remember when there was like the whole conspiracy with Wayfair? Because you would have like a table that was named after, like had a person name, and it would be like $20,000. And there was like a whole conspiracy going on that it wasn't, they were selling kids, and that was the price and the name of the kid. And then they would just find like a random kid that was missing that had a same name and go, "Oh, see?" And meanwhile, all it was company, you know, people selling on Wayfair going, "If I take my page down, it won't be there in the search. So I'll just put, if I'm out of stock, I'll just put a crazy high price, so it's there." That's all it is. And I have proof of that, because I have a chair named after me on Wayfair, because I have a family member that sells that stuff. And it was the same thing. So you could have bought a table or a chair called Taylor for like $12,000 at one point, if you really wanted to. So yeah, so it's just temporary pricing. That's all it is. Okay, you got to slot in here. Why aren't you slotting in there? Oh, maybe you got to slide up more. Okay, so you got to slot in there. You got to slot over that. Come on. Oh, come on. There we go. Find the sweet spot. Yeah, that's annoying. Finding that sweet spot is annoying. There we go. Also, note to self, I gotta stop mat. I gotta glue this mat down or something. Is there spots for the side panels? Yep, there are little like an inset tab down the side with tapped holes in it. So you would be able to add panels to this pretty easily, probably. So the only downside is, because this isn't built with like normal 2020 extrusions, unfortunately you can't just go and grab like a Voron panel kit and use that. That would have been really cool, but alas not. Bed max step? I don't know. We'll find out. Whatever the spec sheet says. Gonna get a serial? No, this isn't a Voron. You can't get a serial for this. Somebody already tried, and we deleted that post off the Voron subreddit for that, because that's not what the subreddit's for. Bed max 100C, hot end 300. Well, it's clipper, so you could just, hopefully it's using normal clipper, you can just go in the config and change that. Because if the bed max is at 100, that's not good. The bed should at least be able to do 105, 110. Because there's a lot of ABSs that you want to print at those temps. It should be able to do over 100. It's clipper. You can just adjust the config. Now, mechanically, can it make it? That's the thing. Can it mechanically actually do those temperatures? Where's the... Yours does 105. You have one of these? How do you have one of these? They're not out yet. Are you the one who was leaking pictures of it? Nope. Something just flew off my desk. What's the screw? Okay. That's that. That's that. Tons of reviewers. Oh. I don't know. I haven't seen any videos of this, but today was the embargo day, so it makes sense that there really wouldn't be videos of it. Or I haven't seen any videos of it yet. I purposely make it a point to not watch videos on things that I'm going to be taking a look at. I will say, I got a feeling I'm not the first one to put this together, because there are... you could tell somebody had tried to put this together before. it does have the signature look of somebody tried to force two things together at some point. So that's that. That's this. Okay, so this bag's empty. So how these screw together, there is an internal frame of 2020s that these are bolting to. So it is like all cross braced and whatnot. So that I do like to see. Zerno, 199, cheers and appreciate it. What makes a Voron enough to get a Voron? It's got to be a Voron. You gotta, for one, you got to build it yourself. Like, this is a Sovol SV08. This isn't a Voron. You know what a Voron is? You guys liking the Minecraft music? Or am I not building this? There's a difference between building and assembly. We are assembling this. Is it really 1200 watt power draw? That's what it says. It is a mains bed and 150 watt power supply though, so I doubt it. Okay. So this clicks into this. This clicks into this. It is nice to give you a ton of extra wire, but that's a lot of extra wire. So that's that, that's that. I gotta flip this over now because I gotta connect the motors. So let me pull this off. All the zip ties. So now we gotta put this here. I do like that they gave you handles. There are handles on this. This is actually kind of nice, actually, handles. Okay. So this connects to that. rest of that. I think I already did that first one. Yeah, that. There we go. Yeah, I really don't like how these wires go through this there is no grommet there. That needs a grommet. Yeah, so that's all that. Okay. And now, I think we put the top on. There we go, top's on. 130 is a little high, I will say. Okay, assembly, the top frame is sorted to horizontal position. Okay, so Sovol, where's front? Where's it says Sovol? That's that, okay? So this says Sovol. Does that say a Sovol? That says Sovol, so that's the front. Okay, now she want to go down all the way. And there's that. Why aren't you going down? MKK, $20. Cheers and appreciate it. 10 until you hear the snap, then undo. Yep. You turn till you hear squish. And then you... What are you caught on something? Z2, Z2, Z1, Z1, Z4, Z4, Z3, Z3. Why do I got a feeling that's not right? This is how the manual tells it to go. Okay. That's how the manual tells it to go, with Sovol in the front, because we have the cutout here for the screen. Nope, that can't go that way. Yeah, that can't go that way. This doesn't line up right. This, okay. Let me see. These are backwards. All these corner pieces are wrong. Okay, see how we have one hole here and one hole here? And they don't line up. It should be like that. Now this doesn't line up because the frame's not square. Because it's not a perfect square. It's a rectangle. Maybe backwards. Nope, that won't work. Nope. Yeah, that don't work. These corner pieces are backwards. I got to take apart this whole thing. I got to take apart this whole assembly because they assembled this incorrectly. I matched all the stickers match. Z2, Z2, Z3, Z3. Like all the stickers match. Z1, Z1. Like this only goes together one way. The belts are in the correct orientation. Yep, the belts are in the correct orientation. The rails are on the right faces, so that's correct. It's the whoever in the factory put this together put this together wrong, because these are indexed. They only go a certain way. So I got to swap these two and swap these two. So LED goes in the front. Yeah, well, I know. We tried, but it doesn't line up because they physically assembled this wrong in the factory. This is not assembled correctly. See, it doesn't go on. And then if you look, see how you got a hole here? You got these two holes for the two screws that mount down. When you look at the hole pattern, it's wrong. It should be like this, see? So I gotta take this apart. This was assembled incorrectly. Okay, which is gonna suck if they're indexed. Oh. This is gonna be annoying. This is gonna be annoying. This is gonna be annoying. Yeah, I gotta, you know, let me take this off the bench so I can actually work on this. At least it's got handles. Also, these screws should be tighter. These screws are way too loose. Pre-production model. As far as I'm aware, this is production. Other than it being shipped, there's nothing that they told me that this is a pre-production model. I would check those corners first to see if you have the right ones. No, they're different. They're labeled A2 and B2. They are different. They're just backwards. I gotta swap them. Because when I swap them, they'll line up. A good slicer? Orca. That's my current go-to. What's the complete size? Print volume is 350 by 350. Please check your extruder gears. I heard they are covered in copper paste and dull. Yeah, I'll take a look when I get it back on the bench here. These are all custom injection molded parts too. These are custom metal injection molded parts. So they spent a pretty penny getting this set up. And they claim it's open source. They will release CAD. I guess they did that for the SV06. They released it like all the were they STLs or were they actual steps? I don't know. They did release stuff for the SV06 because that thing was heavily based on the Prusa Mark IV, the Mark III. So I guess it kind of had to. Well, at least you know they didn't send me a hand-pick reviewer unit, which I honestly prefer. Like this is just, you know, this is, you know, for those fans of North American vehicles, you crazy people, this is a Friday afternoon build. This was a Friday afternoon shift build. Change in resonance at different heights. Well, Vorons have been doing flying gantry for half a decade, so it is a viable setup. Just, you know, I'd rather be printing than rebuilding, but we can rebuild it. We have the technology. Do I find the date wheel? No, I didn't see it. It might have been under the controller board or something. Well, they have Voron on the box, which I don't like. I'm not a huge fan of the way Sovol's been marketing this. I don't know if it's that's how they market it overseas and that's just like their standards. But like the whole, oh, are we gonna do open source or not? Comment below. Half their ads on Twitter have Voron design in the wording. Let me pull it up here because, you know, I need something to talk about while I'm unscrewing screws. Also, Sovol is not Creality. I don't know why. Like, they may be related, but they are separate companies as far as I'm aware. Okay, cool. It is fully open source. Like this. I don't like this, you know, answer is obvious. Yeah. Create a sentence like this. Voron has nothing to do with this. Like, at least, you know, I'll be honest, at least they got the font right. They used the right font for Voron. But Voron has absolutely nothing to do with this printer at all. We haven't worked with them. We haven't collaborated with them. We haven't done anything. So I'm not a fan of them using Voron heavily in the marketing. That'd be like, you know, somebody cloning, you know, not cloning because this isn't a clone. That'd be like somebody coming out with a car that's directly inspired by the Mustang, slapping Ford all over it, but having nothing to do, like never actually working with Ford. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. Does Voron Design trademark the name? It works. I'm not going to comment on things that are ongoing. Yeah. Problem is Voron's an open source non-profit. So not when it comes to like, oh, sue. Suing costs money. So usually you need to be a for-profit to be able to do that. Yeah. Which seems super cool, a little cringe. I don't know, I think it's cringe. Like, honestly, having Voron plastered this much on it. This I like. I do like how they have the two sizes. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a fan. I don't know if that's just like, it's a cultural thing. Like, that's just how they do marketing over there, and that's just the norm. And it just seems weird over here for us North Americans, but I don't like it. Did I do this the right way? Did I switch these? Yeah, I did. Troodon. Troodon's been around for a bit. The Troodon is basically the same thing. The Troodon is also a Voron in a box, but the Troodon is more traditional Voron. I mean, they use the stealth burner, an unmodified stealth burner. This printer is 10K. No! Am I gonna have to put it like a little PSA every time somebody doesn't realize what a placeholder price is? I mean, it's great because you guys are, you're getting farmed for engagement like no tomorrow by everyone pointing out that it's, you know, thinking that the placeholder price is the price. It's under 600. The price for this is under 600. So. What time are we at anyways? Shoot. Hoping to get this built and up and running pretty quickly. Like, I know I did want to dig through it just to make sure, like, look at the electronics and whatnot before going too far, but got an hour and a half left. So much engagement. All the engagement. Make sure you like that smash button. Like the smash button if you haven't. If you're not a channel member, subscribe. If you subscribe to the channel, your name pops up here, and I wave at you. It's pretty cool. You should do it. Try it out. Somebody who's not subscribed, subscribe to the channel right now. Your name will pop up right here. And if you're really cool and you want your name down here, you can donate to the channel or become a channel member. Or gift memberships to others. That's really cool. Because then their names pop up here. And you get that dopamine response, right? Caveman brain. My name pop up on screen. YouTuber, say name. I happy. Okay. That is fixed. This back up. Oop. Ah, I goofed. We're good. I have to pinch my belly. Okay. So, Sovol in the front. There we go. now it fits. So yeah, that was a goof. That was a goof. They screwed up that. So that is item number 3. We got, what was it? We had the strip screw. We had the wires going through a unprotected sheet metal, and then we had the top. So that is, let me get a notepad going here. Notepad. Okay. So we had unprotected wires. We had a stripped bottom rubber screw, and we had misassembled top assembly. Okay, we're just keeping a track. Proprietary nozzle. The proprietary nozzle isn't a screw up. That's that. I can judge using a proprietary nozzle, but that's not a defect or anything. That's not something you can critique it, but I don't think you can criticize the printer itself for that. Like I'm trying to find faults. We're reviewing the printer right now, so we're trying to find things that were incorrect with the assembly. So M36, which are these guys. Well, if the Z profiles are in the wrong order, then all the stickers are wrong, because I matched all the stickers. So. And then also it is inset up top here. And you can see there are tapped holes. So this you can easily panel up. Even if you don't buy like the official panels, all you need is 4 panels, or correction, 5 panels. 1, 2, 3. 4 panels plus a door with holes in certain spots, and you can panel this out. So enclosing this wouldn't be too hard, I'll be honest. There you go, David. See? Got a new subscriber, so his name popped up. Do you know the external dimensions of the machine? Sure, and I'll give it to you in the now that I have it assembled, in the proper measuring. It's 21 1/8 inch wide. It is 21 1/2 inches deep, and it is 22 1/2 inches tall. Because I don't have a metric tape measure, so sorry. I don't know if the specs are on the website. Actually, I might have them on the sticker here. Machine size. It is 547 millimeters by 537 millimeters by 573 millimeters. There you go. Crowley K2 has an AMS. It doesn't have an AMS, it has a CFS, which I'm actually kind of interested in, because if it's running Clipper, that means technically that CFS should be able to work on any machine running Clipper too. So, because that's one of the things that I've actually kind of like hoped Bamboo would just sell the AMS as a standalone thing. They had that nice little PR video the CEO did with Stefan there, where he's like, oh, we like Voron, we're happy to work with Voron. And then I'm like, hey, I'm on Voron, can we work together? And ghosted. So, because I to be honest, the AMS system on the Bamboos is amazing. I love it. It's great. I use it for filament rollover more than multicolor printing, to be honest. But it works. And being able to add that to any machine would be great. There's a whole market of people that are willing to just buy that one thing by itself, but they won't open it up. So they can't. So if somebody else comes in with the ability to basically do the AMS on any printer, why not? Okay, take out the AB axis as shown in the pictures. Place the AB axis on the Z axis mounting plate towards the front with M430s to hold it all in place. Okay, so where are my M430s? Right here. Get my gantry, which I put up here. There is like grease on the rails they're wet, which I like to see. Okay, this goes in here. And then you just kind of And that goes like that. Okay. Metric system imperial? Nah, I measure everything by fractions of the king's nose. Oh, uh-oh. That wasn't the right hole. There we go. So it's 2 screws per side. Also, I do like, this is like a dumb little thing, but I like it. All the screws have thread locker pre-applied on them. I do like that. I do like that. And I am, oh, no, not the same screw. Okay. Do you have any experience with the Chameleon AMS? I have a Chameleon V2. I played with it for a bit. It was kind of cool. Not exactly my cup of tea, because I don't really do a lot of multicolor printing, I'll be honest. But I did play with it. I can't get the screw to start. You start, okay. To be honest, I like inches when you're using less than an inch. I use thou. Like when you're working on a machine, like a CNC or Bridgeport or whatever, thous aren't too bad to work in. I like working in thous. I use metric in America. Ye gods, the Americans have learned metric. And they use it for their guns. Okay. Okay, why don't you want to screw in? Why don't these want to screw in? Why does this want to screw in? Let's screw in. Right? These are indexed. They should just screw right in. Okay, that one goes in now. Yeah, a little bit of a tight area. No love for the mosaic. The mosaic is kind of a problem because the mosaic, it's a very wasteful system. The problem with the mosaic is it splices filament. So you have, and it doesn't know exactly where the splice is. So you have to do a ton of purge when you're using the mosaic system. Also, it doesn't work with Clipper. The mosaic, the Palette 3 doesn't work with Clipper. Okay. Are we printing yet? Almost, hopefully. Find out soon. Said an hour for assembly, but that was, I'm assuming, an hour if you weren't live streaming and your kit was properly assembled. Creality ceramic hot end review? I don't know. Here's the thing, I don't do those kind of reviews. I don't review stuff. You know why? Hey, it's a hot end. Does it work? Yes. Does it not? No. Here's the flow rate. You're really probably not going to see print differences with different hot ends. It's just flow rate. Okay, what, this one piece. Why don't you want to screw it? You're lining up. This doesn't want to screw in. Why don't you want to screw in? There we go, I think. There we go. Okay. Just being a butt. Hey, zombie. Okay, this doesn't want to screw in either. Why aren't you screwing it? Why aren't you screwing it? This build relies a lot on like heat set inserts in plastic parts, and I don't know how reliable they are. What are these? Like, are they? Is a knurling bat? Like, what's going on here? Why aren't you screwing it? That's fine. We got nowhere to move. So this is the problem with this kind of assembly, because this assembly, you can't really build it square, because the something's not right. Something's not right. I gotta loosen all of this. Loosen that. Loosen that. Loosen that. Loosen that. Has any other reviewer talked about the build yet on this? I know, like, it just came out, so there's like no videos on it yet, but I didn't even put that screw in yet. Okay, now do I have enough? Get this screw to line up. Come on, get in your hole. There we go. 55 minutes and you made a mistake. Well, at least they probably sent yours properly assembled. I had to rebuild the entire top assembly here because it was incorrect. They built it backwards at the factory. Also, I know in your video you said the Sovol team are sending $2 to Voron. That's completely on them. We have nothing to confirm or deny that on the Voron team. There's no official agreement or anything. So that's just them saying that. Until we get a deposit, that's just them getting easy marketing for $2 a printer. Because Voron team doesn't work with companies like that for this kind of stuff. So everything they're doing is on their own. That's odd. That's to be expected. It happens. Also, my machine has a lot of dings in it. I really feel like this was previously assembled in their shop, which makes sense. A lot of companies do fully, like even, I believe Prusa does it. If you buy a Prusa kit, they still build the printer, they make sure it works, and then they disassemble it and ship it to you. So I'm assuming they did that for this, but let's see if I can get some pictures. There's like blown out slots in a bunch of spots on this, where you can tell like they made stuff go together. Those previous assembled how they put the top on. Who knows? Maybe just a different assembly. Like it could just be, you know, they could have just mixed up top hats. I don't know what their process is, right? It could have just been, you know, build them all, make sure they work, take them apart, and then parts got mixed up, or who knows? Who knows? Okay. Okay, so I think we're good there. The gantry's in. That's assembled. I need to put this on now. Where does this go? So this goes there. Where's the tube? The tube. That goes in there. Small spool holder. I don't know. Is it an extending one? Nope. And the spool holder goes on the side. Well, at least it's not a back-mounted spool holder. Although it would have been really nice 410s. If instead of using one extrusion, they put the holes to mount this on all the extrusions. So you could put it on the left side, so you could put it on the right side. But instead, the holes are only on the one side. So if you don't like your spool holder on the right side of the printer, too bad. That's all you got. Doesn't donate when we first allowed them. Okay. Yeah, Voron doesn't work with any commercial companies, like any agreement. Like Voron, you know, yeah, Voron's worked with like LDO and whatnot for like, you know, but it's mostly like just verification. Like with LDO, you know, hey, we're building a kit. These are what we want to put in it. Maybe we'll send a few to test, that kind of thing. But there's no actual any agreements in place with any companies. Like personally, I really don't like how heavy-handed Voron terms are being used by Sovol in the marketing. Because if you didn't know any better, it would imply that they're working together, and we're not. Yeah, see, I really wish they put the holes, because these are the same plate. They're the same plate. Why didn't you just make one plate with holes in it so you can put it on both sides? So now, like, your only option for spool mounting with the stock spool holder is this one side. That's the kind of nitpicky stuff that really I shouldn't have to mention. Because, look, I've got multiple printers. I put spools everywhere. Not everyone has the exact same setup. So you need to be able to, like, Creality at least gives you the files to print parts. Okay, take off the front cover before assembling the nozzle. What? Oh, I gotta put that together. Okay, so now we put this in here. Yes. So that's the spool holder. That goes there. Where's the wire for it? Is this it? Okay. That's just flopping in the breeze, I guess. Okay, I guess. Take the cover off. Why is this dude speaking for, because if he works for Voron or something? Because I'm on the Voron team. Go check the Discord. I'm one of the admins. Okay. I'm assuming you know that already. M312. Okay. M312s. And this just mounts right on the front. Do you know who I am? I'm the Muffin Man. I could actually go for a muffin. I haven't had anything to eat today but breakfast. Yeah, I'm the highest paid member on the Voron team. Exactly. Okay, so one screw there. That goes there. Where's the other screw? There and there. Okay. So this does have an inductive probe on it. There is an inductive probe right here. Where's that one screw? Oh, right there. Okay, so that is that. Somebody was saying something about the extruder gear. Let me double check it. Yeah. I don't know, it looks okay. It's been used, but the gear seems fine. They use, it looks like dual gear. It looks like the large Bondtech gears, and it is an orbiting extruder or whatever it's called, a planetary. Okay. So there's that. This attaches like this with a M312. or sorry, M412. M412. HGX. Is that what the bigger gears are called? If it is, then yes. It's not like the standard Bondtech, it's like the slightly bigger Bondtechs. Really? This is the cable? Okay. Really? Okay, I stripped the thread out. I stripped the thread out. That's why I'm not a fan of using these thin walled extrusions and tapping stuff directly into them, because you really don't have a lot of meat there, and it's aluminum, which strips easily. So that's stripped. What do we got here? We got Y, so I'm assuming that's the Y motor. That's the X motor. And then I have the camera, which plugs in here, I guess. Okay. And this just kind of does that. So I'm going to put this behind this. Okay, that's that. Lots of people ask close-ups of tool head board, if you don't mind. I don't really have, like, mobile. Oop. Behold, the tool head board. Hit print screen right now. There you go. We'll take more, we'll do more looks on it on Friday. I really want to get this. You strip the same screw. There you go. Yeah, it's because these aluminum walls are very thin. These are like literally one thread. You get one thread. Like these are thin. They're like not even half a millimeter thick. You get one thread, and they just strip. Okay, let's put our screen on. So I do like, they do have it, you know, big and labeled expansion 1, expansion 2. Expansion 1, expansion 2. Plug that in, and that goes like that. Okay, so this is plugged in. The camera is good. Let me take the plastic off. Okay. That is that. That is that. Connect all those. Connect with that. Connect with that. PTFE tube. This goes in. Okay. Where's this coupler go? Oh, I gotta connect the light wire too. Where's the light wire? Where's the light wire? It goes up there. Wait, is it? Behind this? Where's my light wire? Did I pinch that wire? I don't know where my light wire is. Ow! Oh, it's way down here. Oh, great. I pinched the wire. Shoot! I totally mangled this wire. This wire is completely chunked. Crap. Well, I'm not playing. Oh, we'll fiddle with that later. Okay, we'll fiddle with that later. So we're not going to have a light. We're not going to have a light. I think I pinched them. black seal. Where's the black seal? This goes, oh, for these wires, okay. So that goes up here. Okay, so that goes like that. Light wire, can't do that because that's, I crunched it. And that goes through there. Oh, that goes through this. There's a channel. There, it doesn't really have a channel, it just goes that way. Okay, cool. And then we get a bunch of these guys. Need to send you info on the tool head mount for the self burner, guys. Huh? Oh. Okay. I don't know. That's, I don't know. Good enough. How does this go? Run out. There's the butt connector. Stay on that side. Okay, so this goes through here. And it goes into that. Okay. And that goes like that. And apparently you put a couple of these on here. Really don't like these kind of twisty ties because I think these might fall off. Fall into the print volume, but whatever. Okay, cool. Plug it in. See what we get. Where is the power? Is it on this side? It's on this side. Okay, so the machine is off. Powered up. Okay, right off the bat, it has an always-on fan that's loud. Right off the bat, it's got an always-on fan that's loud. Or at least, hopefully the fan turns down once it's done the boot up process. Oh, okay, the fan did turn down. Fan did turn down. Okay. So we are booted up. Repair. Auto home. So it's sensorless for XY homing. Okay. Back, leveling, quad gantry leveling. It's got to heat the bed up. It's heating the bed up for quad gantry leveling. Okay, where is the SD card? I hate plugging in SD cards. I hate plugging in random foreign SD cards, but I kind of have to for this, to set up the Wi-Fi apparently. Make sure the emergency stop is off. Yeah, the good old NetTac. Okay, open the, okay, so let me put in my Wi-Fi credentials. Hate plugging in random sketchy SD cards, but whatever. Okay. Okay. After entering the save, ensure it remains the root directory. Please make sure. Okay, so file, save. Okay. When you put in the SD card, it brings up a little file that says like Wi-Fi.cfg. Just write your SSID and password in there. After save it, ensuring it remains in the root directory. Please make sure your machine power on the machine and plug into one of the 2 USB ports on the machine's right side. Post insertion. Pause for about 15 to 20 seconds before moving on. Okay, so we'll let this do, and then we'll do this, and then we'll get the Wi-Fi set up. So we'll see how the quad gantry leveling does first. Jonathan's Z bending. I can see a lot of issues with this machine when it comes to being square. I'm a little concerned about the squareness of this machine because it has pre-assembled Jesus Christ, that's fast. And it aired out already. What is going on? What are you doing? What are you doing? It did the one corner, then it went over here, and then it stopped. It didn't finish quad gantry leveling. What the heck was that? Let's get the web interface set up so I can actually see what the machine is doing. Okay, so done that, plug this in. Okay, so after plugging in the machine, wait 15 to 20 seconds before moving on. How you doing? Anyone have anything? What if you have something really exciting today going on, let me know. Because I gotta wait a second. Okay, there we go. Okay. Select advanced. Back. Okay, advanced. Select the advanced. Find show IP. Okay. Advanced. Show IP. It's okay. Show IP. It's kicking me back to the main screen. Let me try power cycling it. Because it's saying you should be able to hit advance, hit show IP, and it should give you an IP address. But it's not. It's just kicking me right back to the main screen. It says Sovol system booting. Advanced, show IP. That's not working. Oh, wait, no, it's showing it down there. Oh, it's on that screen. Okay. 1110, 128. Okay. So it shows it there. So it's 128. There we go. Mainsail. Webcam's not working. Why is the webcam not working? It's plugged in. Got the webcam. Webcam's not working. Okay, well, the webcam's not working. Home all. Or the physical outer dimensions. I already said it earlier in the stream. Several times. It's as big as a Voron 350. Go look up how big a Voron 350 is. That's how big it is, roughly. Command, get IP timed out. When command, get IP. Okay. So that's that. QGL. So it's got to heat to 65 to do a QGL. Well, I'm really not liking the fact the webcam's not working right off the bat. I'm trying to get it to... Okay. Probe trigger prior to movement. How, printer.cg. Speed, sample, speed, what's Z offset, Y offset, sample retract distance, lift speed 50, average 2, pressure advance, clock gantry level, there's your point, speed, horizontal Z move. The bright side, it's running mainsail, so you can, actually get into it and modify the configuration. Now, let's see. What do we got here? What do we got? Let's okay. Yeah. Stiff. 3 inches. 3 inches, that's 3, that's 3. Oh yeah, that's 3. That's 3. Okay, now it should work. Home all. The problem is if you don't have a big enough Z-hop up after a probe point, especially during a QGL, what can happen is if your gantry is really racked, it'll home off one point, and then it'll like just dig the nozzle into the bed as it moves across the bed to the other point. So that's why I always have like 10 or 15 mil for my shift. Okay, QGL. 1 second, I think. We're back. Okay. Really don't like how the webcam's not working. Okay. There we go. Okay. Oh, it does give you a pin connectors there. So it's trying to get to 0.05. Let's see. So what version of Clipper are we on? Holy shit! You know what? Good on Sovol. It's actually running normal modern Clipper. It's actually running normal Clipper. I'll give it. It's not running like 2 revisions out of date. Okay. 20. Let's hit that bed up to 60. Let's load some PLA in it. Or actually, no, let me turn that off. Let me do a bed mesh. Or let me do Z offset. Is there a special way it wants me to do Z offset in here? Screen. That's load filament. That's load filament. Screen, Z axis leveling. Calibrate Z offset. Okay. Yeah, okay, so let's calibrate Z offset. So home all. That is a really slow home. That's a really slow home. So tool I perform quad gantry level, heat nozzle to 220. We're not going to do that. Set nozzle to cool to 130. Do Z offset calibration. Okay, so there's a macro for Z offset calibration that it wants me to do. Yeah, it's an integrated MCU. It's an all-in-one board. And there's a macro that they have here called calibrate Z offset. So we'll use that. Okay. Okay, so it's got to heat the bed to 65. I do like how it heats the bed to 65 for calibrating. What do I think about it? I can't give you an answer yet. It's way too early to give you an actual response. And I haven't printed anything. All we've done is build it. All we've done is build it. So I guess it's going to do a QGL. Okay, so probe the points. Now it's heating the nozzle up. This is all automatic. I'm just running the, is it good? Work in progress. I can't, we haven't printed anything. I can't judge a 3D printer on it not printing yet. We haven't printed yet. I can't give you an answer yet. I do like how they had to like cut out notches back here, like in the injection molded part to clear these motors. So if you want to upgrade these to bigger motors, you can't. There ain't no room. I don't like how it's heating the nozzle up while touched to the bed. Okay, it's extracting any filament. There is no filament in there. Okay. So it's going to do a nozzle clean. Okay. So it's got a little nozzle clean routine. Now it's going to cool. That is really cool. It turns on the fans to cool off the nozzle. That is nice. You can do that on any printer. You can set up a macro for it, but they have that set up there. 5-second impressions? I can't yet. Quit rushing me. Ten-second impression? Oh. Is that the actual... Okay, so it does have a Z switch. That little silver disc is a Z switch. I'm assuming it's just a pressure pad. Or a load cell of some sort. Click. Yep. So that's the Z offset. Okay. Okay. Now what? Is it auto? Do Z offset, then do a bed mesh calibration. Okay. That's it. So it uses a metal. One second. It has a little metal disc right here that is a load cell. So it does an auto calibration. So it uses the inductive probe to measure that, and then it hits it with the nozzle and it does a math. So it auto calibrates your Z offset. So you don't have to go in there with a piece of paper. Okay, do bed mesh leveling. Okay. Where is bed mesh? Where is the bed mesh macro? Is there a bed mesh macro? Heated bed, hyperlapse, load filament. Print start, print that. Hey, map, calibrate. We'll just do that. What? Okay, well, I guess I'll just do it on the screen, maybe? Leveling, bed mesh. Okay. And then after this, we're gonna print something because it's like do a test print. I'm not gonna do that, or do a leveling test print. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna go right to printing. Test small disturb, does something, it's all cut off. $10, cheers and appreciate it. But you didn't know. You have to give us your completely straight, uninformed opinion right away. I'm horrible at shilling. So I wish, if you're gonna include a spool holder like this, give us a big one. I want to be able to put a 3 kilogram spool on it, especially a big printer like this. Well, the reason it's macro nurgle rot is usually you include other stuff in the macro. So for a bed mesh, you might want to include, like, yeah, it could just be G29, but it could also, you want it to heat up to a certain temperature, do a nozzle clean. You can set up multiple things instead of just G29. So you can set it up to, like, heat up the bed to a right temperature, heat up the nozzle, do a nozzle clean cycle, cool down the nozzle, then do the bed mesh. Like, that's the advantage of having it macroed up. And it's actually really good that I'm doing this today because it's garbage day, so I can throw this all in the garbage right after the stream ends. The packaging, not the printer. What do they have for prints on here? Oh, we got a benchy. Oh, a 12-minute benchy. That'll be fun. Does it look like the bed? No, it's all assembled unit. I wouldn't. Here's the thing: define better bed. What's better bed? Does it heat up quicker? Okay, are you saving that much time on a 12-hour print if the bed heats up in 3 minutes instead of 2 minutes? As for the temperature, the maximum rated temperature of the bed, I don't know what that is. But this being Clipper, oh yeah, the max temp of the bed is 105. Guess what? It's Clipper. Okay, cool. The max temp of the bed is now 110. Clipper. Can it cook a steak? Probably. I don't know how much thermal mass it has. The advantage of cooking a steak on a Toasty Boy was the Mike 6 plate had a lot of thermal mass. What is the fuse though? I don't know if it has a fuse. Oh, it restarted. So it saved and restarted that. I'm assuming it saved and restarted that. Okay. Weight map. Ooh! So here I am, doing everything I can, holding on to what I am, thinking I'm a Superman. Yeah, that's a bed mesh. Now granted, it's only 0.6 millimeter. It looks a lot worse than it is. It's out 0.6 millimeters over 350 millimeters. So it looks a lot worse than it is, and it's that 1 point way out there. So, like, let's be honest, from here, what are we at? We're at negative 0.2 to here is, okay. So other than the one outlier point, if I don't work, boo. Other than the one outlier point, it's like 0.4 millimeters. That's fine. That's fine. It looks horrible. And, you know, I want to get my Tony Hawk Pro Skater character and do a sick kick flip off that, but that's not bad. Okay, all, move it up, we'll heat it up, and we'll get it printing. That up. That up. So I followed the whole startup procedure to the thing. The only thing I haven't done is it says after we did all that, so it's auto Z calibrated my offset, we got a bed mesh. The only thing we haven't done is it says we should do a test print where it does like a bed mesh test print where it just prints in like a few different areas of the bed, make sure your first layer is good. Yeah, nah, dog, we're going right to the speed benchy. So we got to get this heated up. So it heats up pretty quick. I do like how it's just running normal clipper. I love the fact that this is running normal clipper. I do give it credit for that. Okay, let's shut that in. Extrude some filament. Okay, filament's going in. Yep, filament's going in. Okay, let's extrude another 50. Okay. So, we'll retract 5. Behold, it does the thing. Okay, speed benchy, 12-minute PLA, benchy. Right. Yo-ho, lo-ho, does it have an accelerometer? I don't know. I can tell you. Restart. Yes, I hit E-stop instead of that. I think it's quicker. Then canceling the print half the time. Yeah, it's got a tool head accelerometer. See right there. So it does have a tool head accelerometer. Okay, benchy again. Great. What version of Clipper? 12! It actually ships with Clipper 12. Look, it's up to date. Time lapse. Did I get a time lapse? There's no time lapses. Okay. SPA Sovol something 9. What's SPI-Z? Is that the controller? That might be the controller. Lights are flickering. That is not its left speed bench press. Oh yeah, most likely. Camera wires are pinched. That's not the camera wires that are pinched. That's the LED light that's the wires are pinched. I'm gonna have to fix by disassembling a good chunk of this probably. Yeah, it's not the camera wires that are pinched. The camera wires go through the back here and they're not pinched. What version of Clipper? Yes. How much would a pre-built? Nobody sells pre-built Vorons. Vivendo sells the Troodon, which is a Voron-inspired printer, which is closer to a Voron than this, I believe. I don't know. They're both not Vorons. I think the cheapest Voron kit, I think you can get like a Voron kit for like, what, 700-800 is like, I think some companies make cheaper ones. Don't tell me it's doing a whole bed probe routine. Is it probing the whole bed? Why are you probing the whole bed? Why are you probing the whole bed? You don't need to probe the whole bed. I have a saved bed mesh. Why are you probing the whole bed? Why you do this? Why you do this? Why? I'm hoping that's just the default G-code thing. Please camp. What is the camera issue? Oh, the camera issue is quite simple. Camera's not working. The camera is nothing. I'm getting nothing on the camera. Print start. Might have a clear bed mesh in it. Bed heating, and it just goes right into probing. I don't see a clear mesh. I don't see a clear mesh. I think it's just the Clipper start G-code. Or this one print start G-code. Cap wire is plugged in the main board. It's USB. It's USB and it was plugged in. Flip up, set a Clipper 12 camp. It's Clipper 12, it should have camp built into it. Like the most up-to-date version of Clipper has camp as part of it. But here's the thing, I'm reviewing the printer stock, right? I'm not gonna go in and start changing everything, right? You have to judge it as it ships from the manufacturer, and if the manufacturer ships it in a state that you're not happy with, you talk to the manufacturer, be like, hey, fix your shit. Yeah, the days of you should have to do a bunch of work on your machine to make it even usable is no. The manufacturer can fix stuff. They can adjust their macros and put out an update that you just fix it. Does it play Doom? Yeah, I'm sure you could probably put Doom on here. Like, it's Clipper. It's running Clipper. It's running Linux. Yes, it could run Clip. Yes, you could run Doom. Yes, you could run Doom on this. We have 1,300 viewers. Oh my God. Hi, everyone. I have no idea how, like, this is why I don't see my, like, I don't look at my view numbers when I stream. How do we have 1,300? Hi, if you're new here today and it's your first day, put a 1 in chat. It does have HDMI out. It does have HDMI out. I mean, technically, I could play Doom on this. Here. I don't like that. I gotta fix that. There we go. The wire was drooping underneath the motor and going, look at all the ones. Hi, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, do the YouTuber stuff. Okay, now what? Heating start. Okay. Oh, the bed's got to cool down to 60. Yeah, it did a bed mesh. It did a bed mesh and then it saved it. So yeah, it's something with that one print starting G code. It shouldn't have to redo the bed mesh. Loads of people that want a Voron but don't want a fancy. Here's the thing. It's gonna sound weird. A Voron is designed the way it is because it's designed to be a self-built machine using commercial off-the-shelf parts and nothing custom. That's what a Voron is. Like, the ethos of a Voron is it's a machine that anyone can build using globally sourced components, not requiring anything custom. That is the thing with a Voron. So Vorons are generic aluminum extrusions, generic motors, generic wires, 3D printed parts that you can get from any 3D printer, any hot end you want. Like, a Voron is meant to be, it's designed so that you can build it with whatever, essentially. But then you take that design and turn it into a mass-produced commercial thing. There are ways you can build a flying gantry Core XY that if you don't look at a Voron, you can make things a lot better. Because a Voron is designed the way it is because it's designed to use commercial off-the-shelf parts that are globally sourceable and nothing custom. So, like for this, for example, the way the frame is, where your Z motor assembly is one assembled unit. That is something you can't do on a Voron. But you can do it on here. Yexo, first print at what speed? We're doing a demo. It's 12-minute PLA benchy. It was on the SD card. We're trying that. PF Dennis gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers and appreciated. PF Dennis late. You're not late. You're just on time. I submit. I can't. This isn't a Voron. See? Sovol, not Voron. Kirkfoot 2, if I get my hands on one. Think you can make back the injection molds. There are a few. Well, if you're going to do a Voron, pretty much all the XY assembly can be done with plates. Like plates and spacers. Okay, so where are we going now? We're going to do a purge line? Okay, we're doing a purge line. I can't see if it's on the bed. I'm looking at the camera. It looks like it's on the bed. That is a purge line. Okay. Ah! So again, speed benchy. I don't like doing speed benchies, especially for these kind of prints. It's dumb because we're already past the first layer, and the first layer was shit. I can't go any. Maybe I can get lower. Let's see. It might fly off the bed. Thanks for the overview of our 229. Cheers and appreciate it. Noise level, louder than a Voron, but that's the fans. It's the fans are loud. Remember, it's got a blower in the front, and then it's also got a blower in the back. And this isn't speed benchy rules, by the way. For those wondering, no, this does not conform to speed benchy rules. How come a switch wire can be a Voron but a Sovol can't? Because the switch wire is designed by the Voron team. And it follows the Voron design ethos. The only thing that is kind of funky with it is the key back. Is it using a load cell? It is, but not for the way you're thinking. It has, if you look back here, you see this little silver puck? That's a load cell, I believe. I think it's a load cell. So what it does is that is also your Z switch. So on a Voron, you know how you got the clicky switch in the back for your Z offset? If you're not running tap, for example. What it does is it inductive probes that load cell because it's metal, and then it hits it with the nozzle, and then it does math to automatically do your Z offset. So when it probes the bed with your inductive nozzle, it knows the distance offset. Science. The plastic pieces injection molded. They are. I don't think there's any 3D printed parts on this. It's all injection molded. It's all injection molded. What kind of motor drivers is you? I think they're 2209s. I'm assuming they're 2209s. It would make sense that they're 2209s. High backup files. I don't think. Homing override, bed mesh. Yeah, 2209s. And they're running them at 1.5 amps. Be nice if the webcam worked, though. Hey, Steve. When closing my Pi, improve connectivity and camera issues I have. Closing the Pi won't really affect anything except maybe Wi-Fi a little bit. Go down. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, this is actually just straight up off the shelf mainsail. Like, it's the latest version of mainsail. Like, I think this is just straight up normal mainsail. Like, this looks like normal. I don't know where the update button is. Where's the update button? Yeah, the update manager is missing. They don't have the update manager. That kind of makes sense on a commercial machine not to have that available, because you kind of want little Timmy not to hit it, because sometimes Clipper puts an update out that like breaks stuff, and you don't want to be dealing with QC issues or dealing with customers like, I hit the update button, now my camera don't work. Why haven't we fixed the camera yet? They don't know what's wrong with it. Like, it's all plugged in. It should work. Webcams, like, delete, add webcam, cam. Like, you're getting nothing. I don't know if this has crow's nest on it. I'm assuming it does. But we're getting nothing on the webcam. Yeah, it's got crow's nest. Should be doing a webcam, but we're getting nothing. We're getting nothing on the webcam. It's a CAN bus for the tool head. I will let you know in a second here. IP, crow's nest, mainsail, printed auto, printer.cfg. Does it not have a tool head board config? Include time lapse, PLR, get IP. So is it PLR? What is PLR? What is PLR.cfg? It's printer.cfg. Extra MCU. Your LED, USB clipper, command. Yeah, it's USB. Yeah, it's USB. And they're both STM32s. I thought it was a Raspberry Pi toolhead board. Nope, it's an STM32 as well. They're both STM32s. So, yeah. Power loss recovery. Ah, okay. So yeah, it is a USB toolhead board, which is fine. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with a USB toolhead board on a machine this size. CAN bus only really becomes really important with toolhead boards if it's a really, really big machine like Phoenix and it's a really long wire run. USB starts to get issues with reliability at super long runs. But like a machine this size, it's fine. And also, if you're running multiple tool heads, it's easier with CAN bus. The PI sheet's back left corner is stuck on the frame. No, it's down all the way. Unless, did I push it down? That might explain that spike during the thing. So 5-minute impression now. Let's wait for the print to finish. Because it's a speed benching. I have to say Troodon is a better choice, but why? Like, I've never used the Troodon, so I can't really comment on them at all. Is it loud? The fans are loud. The fans are loud. Also, it's printing PLA open air, so those fans are cranked. It's like my Magneto is loud when the fans are going, but if I have it enclosed and I'm printing ABS, it's quiet. So. Tap is better. I prefer nozzle. I prefer direct nozzle probing. Also, I don't like the fact that this is all because the thread stripped out. Close to the Voron, it comes with enclosure panels, but it's more expensive. Okay. MSRP is under 600. Under 600 USD. Bed is very flat, hoping this would be a bit flatter. It's out 0.4 millimeters over 350. That's fine. What mainboard is it using? It's a Maker base something. It's an STM32 base control. I'm gonna let you in on a secret, okay? Is it 32 bits? Does it have TMC drivers? Does it have all the connectors that you need to hook up your stuff? If yes, then it doesn't matter what controller it is because they all perform exactly the same. You're not going to see any performance difference with any modern controller in a 3D printer. The only thing you might see is if you're running Clipper, the host that Clipper is running on, you may potentially run into issues if it's overtaxed. But even then, I've yet to see something actually have any issues. So modern 3D printer controllers are all the same. Like, you're never going to notice any difference between them. As long as it has the things you need to connect the things you need, you're fine. 8-bit. I mean, heck, I can make my Voron 1.0 with a ramps and DRVs move as fast as this machine with Clipper. What's the print volume? 350. 350, 350, and 345 on the set. How does direct nozzle probing work? Because you don't use, it's not sensorless. You're using an actual like sensor. So with tap, for example, you have like an optical sensor that when the tool head moves up, it trips it, or a micro switch or something, or a load cell. It depends. There's a few different ways of doing it. But when you're doing Z probing, you can't use sensorless for Z probing. It's not accurate enough. Does the Troodon have a working camera? I don't know. Does it have a camera? I'm kind of bummed the camera isn't working because that's actually kind of a big point of this machine. Is I like the fact that it has a camera. Do you run input shaper with tap? Yep. What revision? Whatever one I printed when I built it, depending on the machine. I have some machines. I've got like Tallboy has a CNC Voron tap from Vitali. I like that one. The Trident and the LDO V2 have printed taps. And when we rebuild V226, which will probably start next week, that will probably get a chaotic lab tap kit because I have one. I haven't used it yet. Where's the camera located? Right here. It's in a really good spot, actually. I just wish it worked. Here, let me turn off the noise canceling. Okay, noise canceling's off. Music's off. I'm gonna stand in front of it. There you go. My headphone died during that. I think my headphone died during that. Yeah, it did. Well, that was a quick print. Let's see here. That was a 12-minute benchy. 12-minute and 13 seconds of print time, 19 minutes including the bed probe. Wow. It's a speed benchy. Now, granted, this doesn't follow the speed benchy rules, so it doesn't count. It's like got no infill. It's like 2% infill or something, but I don't know. It's a boat. It's a highly optimized speed benchy demo, and the first layer sucks. Okay, let's actually print something. I don't think this is an Orca slicer. Does it have a slicer for it? Let me plug in the sketchy USB card. Let's see what we get. What do we get? If Sovol has some stupid slicer, I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use Orca and just tell it it's a 350 V2 and call it a day. Okay, close, cool. Orca slicer, Windows. Oh, okay, so it's got their own version of Orca slicer. Let's see, what do we got here? They might have actually, let's see, because Orca's slicer is pretty good with companies adding stuff to it. Print a big, what's a swatch truck? If you got a link to it, drop it in the Discord. Where's Sovol? No, they don't have the SV08. So what I'm going to do is the next best thing and just tell it I have a Trident. Or a Voron. Oh, hey, look, guys. It's a 350 V2. Confirm. Okay. Voron V2.4 350. Oh, look. Hey, cool. There we go. Cool. Swatch truck. What is a swatch truck? 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 No, it uses Orca. It uses Orca slicer. It's just they have their own version of Orca 19. I'm not going to go and install it. I'm just going to use the default Voron profile. Yeah, if somebody has a link for it, throw it in the Discord. I don't know. Yeah, they give you an Orca slicer profile, but I'm not going to install an older version of Orca slicer specifically for this one machine. So there we go. Swatch truck. Shapes, multicolor. Let's do shapes. Okay, that's a small print. Okay, cool. Slice plate. So let's just see how this works. Okay, so high-speed PLA, standard Voron, cool. Export G-code, cool. Download swatch truck, boom, boom, boom. Then we go here, upload and print, swatch truck. There we go. What do you guys think of Cura versus Orca? I haven't used Cura in a hot minute, put it that way. So yeah, they do give you a profile, but a lot of times, like, stock profiles are very, here's some basic numbers, off you go. but it does, you don't really need, well, a lot of time you don't really need a printer, especially a generic machine like this. And by generic, I mean, it's not a tool changer. It doesn't have multicolor. This will function the same way as pretty much any other 3D printer. You have, you know, you home, you do a bed probe, and you hit print, and off you go. Here's your XYZ volume. This is the extruder. Here are your temps. So you can feed this pretty much any G code. In fact, I use the same start stop macro on all my Vorons. I can feed G code that I slice for my 250 Voron on any of my Vorons that are bigger than 250. It'll print fine because it just prints it in the one side of the bed. So must home accesses first. Okay. Does it, are we gonna have to, does it, where's the macros? Let me check the macros. Machine, macros. Please tell me it doesn't, where's start? Where's control start? Delayed print start. I don't want delayed print start. Where's just normal print start? There's normal print start. Okay, oh my God, look at this macro hell. Oh, macro hell, okay, cool. So, okay, so that's homed. Okay, cool. Let's try this again. Oh my God, it goes right into printing. Okay, so we can't just go and do the, no, stop. Stop. Okay, so this is set up in macro hell. Let me go, I hate when they do it this way. Let me install their stupid version of Orca Slicer that's outdated. 1 second, class. Stop that print. Let's install their outdated Orca Slicer, yes. Hate having to do that. To be honest, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna install it, I'm gonna export the profile, and I'm gonna pull it into Orca Slicer 20 and then uninstall their version. Next, next, back. Orca Slicer underscore Sovol. Next, install. That offsets off too. Let me drop this down. Is the music gone, or you still got the music? No, it's still there. Okay. I lost my headphones, so let's drop that down. Save. Later. Oh, no, save it now. Save config. Cool, you do that. Okay, launch Orca Slicer. Cool. Yeah, the webcam's not working. I'm gonna after the stream ends, I'm gonna send him an email with my like initial impression. Yeah, sure. Okay, close. Repair. Cancel. Repair. All right, where is it in here? Do I gotta add it? Do I already have it? Sovol, I don't see it. Cool. Okay, add a printer. Kim, I want to do one more print before we call it. Because I gotta. Actually, shoot, I should have ended the stream by now. There you go, SV08, cool. Just like that, confirm. Sovol SV08, cool, there it is. Let's add swatch trucks, cool. Filament, where's the filament? SV08 PLA, that's the only thing they have is a PLA profile. Okay, cool. Export G code, save. Load and print. There we go. Let's see what we get. How square is the frame? It's a good question. The problem is I don't really have anything I can measure it with. I got like a generic tape measure, but that's about it. Let's see. That is 29 3/4 inches. 29 and a little over 3/4 inches. Square enough. So let's see, what is it doing? So it's heating up the bed to 65. So let's see. Those are prepared. Well, if somebody wants to send a metric tape measure to the P.O. box, link in description. Please don't probe the whole bed again. Just do a QGL. If you probe the whole bed again, I'm going to be angry. Because you don't need to probe the bed the whole time.
Like Clipper 12 has camp. You can do camp if you want to do probing, or you can just load the bed mesh offset that we've already set up. We've already done a bed mesh and we've saved it. So just do a QGL and call it a day. If you start probing, I'm going to be angry at you. Because that's not a behavior you need to do. Okay. The bed's heating again. What are you doing? What are you doing? So probed. It's good. Now the bed's heating to 65, which it is. Okay, man. Like, what are you doing? Oh. Now it's doing camp. Okay, this is good. So it has camp set up. That's good. That's good to see. That's good. It's got camp. So that's good. That demo print we did probably is just like a generic demo print. Okay, so now you're gonna home again. The homing could be faster. The homing could be faster. This is pretty slow in terms of homing. Okay. Now the nozzle's heating up. 235 for PLA. Oof. Toasty. Isn't it sensorless? XY sensorless, yes. But you could still home quicker. You just do a quick home and then you do a slow home to dial in it. Stop saying it's camp. I'm going to keep calling it camp because that's what I learned on camp. It's Clipper Adaptive Mesh and Purge. It still has Adaptive Mesh and Purge. And it's running Clipper. Why home after a mesh? Just habit. Like, because technically, if you do a QGL, technically because of trig, you technically, depending how out your gantry is, you kind of do want to do a home after you do a QGL. Also, why did you purge up front? You have adaptive purge. Well, I guess you just have adaptive mesh. What's my Z offset? Horrible. Actually, it's not too bad. Okay, so it's got adaptive mesh, but not adaptive purge. We are going to do the giveaway draw at 155. Purposely use the wrong name. Or I could purposely use the wrong name because people will comment that I'm using the wrong name and drive engagement. I like farming. Really wish the camera worked, though. Yeah, they're adding... There will be a panel kit in the future. I don't know why they didn't include it. Like, I don't know why it's not a launch option. I don't know if it's... Like, all it is 4 panels. Like, they have the holes. Like, it's already set up for panels. It just... I don't know why it's not available at launch. Why you got to pay for the printer and then buy the panel kit and ship them twice. Wrong input for camera. It's USB. It's USB. With Clipper, you should just be able to plug in a camera and it'll work. Like, Uno momento. If I can find one. Do I have an extra? I gotta have an extra camera. Oh wait, I'm using it. I think I'm using my extra camera that I have out here. Yeah, that's... I might have it plugged into something. Is my extra camera being used? I think it is. Yeah, I think it's being used. Yeah. So the first layer wasn't great. The first layer could still use a little tweaking. The auto Z offset for the first layer was off 0.1 millimeters at least. Also, this is crushing a wire back here. The wire that goes under here is getting crunched. I will set up, after the stream ends, I will do like a long print, and I'll post pictures of it all. Hey, Sanity. Initial thoughts yet? Nope, I'll do initial thoughts at the end of the stream. Is that so Z-Hop? It does have Z-Hop. I do like seeing that. Let's see here. Printer. Nope, not that. Extruder. Z-Hop is set for 1 millimeter. That is a pretty aggressive Z-Hop. Is this a review? Yeah, totally. Because, you know, I can review a printer in less than 3 hours, including the build time. Can you put T-nuts in the rear extrusion? Like right here where the thread's stripped out? Nope. I do believe underneath. Underneath there is a slot, though. These extrusions only have slots on 2 sides. Andrew Rogers, $5 for the 5-minute review fund. Can you turn the noise canceling back on? Filters. There you go. Noise canceling's back on. Cable's impacting med mesh. Probably. Like, it's loose. Like, I can pull the cable out. Is there nothing to attach it to? Like, so I'll just jam it up in there. There we go. When will the printer be released for Gen Pop? Next week, I believe. I think next week at some point. I think the 18th. Is there a nozzle LED? I don't think there's a nozzle LED. Let me check here. I don't see any LEDs. Fans, hot end fan, beeper. I don't know what that does. Screen color. Oh, there is a beeper. DLJC. What is DLJC? What is that? Also, the hot end fan spinning at 17,000 ripums. That's pretty cool. Yeah, there's only one LED up there, and I pinched the wire, so it's not working. Which I think ModBot also pinched the wire on his, so. Is it a smart filament? There's a generic filament runout sensor on it. But let's be honest, having a filament runout sensor is nothing to be proud of. It's a $3 or it's a 3-cent micro switch and a plastic housing. It's not rocket science. It's not, oh my god, it's got a filament runout sensor. It's like, cool, anyone can do it. It's a micro switch. Like, it's nice to have, but Clipper is not the friendliest with runout switches. Where this one is works, but having them in the tool head can be a little finicky at times. No, you can't put the runout switch on the tool head on a Clipper machine. The problem with Clipper is Clipper works with batch commands. So the problem is, if you have the runout switch trip, it can take a bit before the controller realizes it tripped, because it has to process through the batch commands that were sent to the controller that's operating the machine before it can do new commands. So if you have your runout switch right on the tool head and it goes, no, I'm out of filament, there is a chance, depending on what you're printing and the geometry is, that it can continue to feed filament till it goes past the extruder gear. And then you're in a problem. Runouts now have, have they updated it finally? Okay, runouts have priority now. Okay, never mind. So that's not an issue anymore. Go ahead, put a runout switch on your tool head now. You can tell I don't run runout switches on my machines. So if they did update it, they did update it. Cool. The DLGC is a runout sensor. Okay. Is the white thing in the PTF tube a quick disconnect? Yeah, it's a quick disconnect. This right here is just a quick disconnect. Meant to hold the filament? I don't know. How's this coming along yet? 83%. This is just a little torture test print, like a little. Are you planning on doing an ERCFA V2? If I get a kit, I will. I think they said they'll send me a kit, but we gotta wait for that kit to show up. Filament runout sensor in my eyes. Yeah, it's called, just take a look at the spool before you hit print, make sure you have enough loaded. Would this work with ERCFA? I don't see why not. This would work with anything Clipper works with, on paper. This is running normal Clipper. You could put ERCFA on here. There's nothing stopping you from putting a Rage Rabbit carrot feeder on this machine. Have you used the Big Tree Tech? I have not. I don't have one. So, yeah. Even with that 1mm Z hop, it's pretty aggressive. Can I feel any of the motors? How are the motors? Ooh. They're warm. Is that an LED in there? What is that? Can you see that little, like, what is that? I don't think it's a light. I think it's just the geometry of the part. Hot. Okay, so this is supposed to have wheels that turn. The 0.3 wheel turns. The 0.3 wheel turns. That's it. 0.1 and 0.2 do not move. That first layer is way over extruded. Yeah, see, this is the problem when, like with stock profiles, there's stock default profiles. They usually need a bit of work out of the box, especially on a brand new machine. So, yeah, that top layer is way over extruded, which, let's take a look here. First layer 0.5. Yeah, it's over extruding everything. That's why. Yeah, top surface 0.45. Why are you over extruding your top layer? Why are you over extruding? Yeah, oh, that's a rough top finish. Okay. So I think we're gonna call it there for the fiddling with stuff stream. I'm gonna have to fiddle with it tonight. I gotta fix the LED light so we can get an LED working. And I gotta figure out what's going on with the camera. But yeah, that is the Sovol SV08 printer. Initial impressions, I always say hold off buying. Don't buy first gen. I always say hold, if you can, wait. It's hard to go jump on it and buy it because let's be honest, let's take a look at it. Does it print? Yes, it prints, okay? But profiles need work. There's some weird stuff with the firmware, like just some tweaks that it could use, but also we have unprotected wires underneath that are, you have a hole, all the wires for the tool head and everything above the deck run right through a hole in a piece of bent sheet metal without any grommet on it. So that was something I didn't like. I had an issue where one of the screws on the bottom that hold that bottom panel on was completely stripped. The whole top assembly on mine was misassembled. So on this, the corners, I can't get a good camera angle. The corners were swapped. So we had to disassemble this whole top assembly and redo it. Not a huge issue, but that is just, you know, that's a quality control thing. And also the webcam's not working. It's a new product. It's a first gen machine from a company that hasn't done this before. So I never say go out and buy it. But for under $600, this is basically a Voron 350 equivalent machine. This is not a Voron 350. This does the same thing a Voron 350 does, which is a flying gantry core XY machine that is 350 millimeters cubed. I've only done 2 prints on it. One with generic stock G-code file that did a 12-minute speed benchy, and a little boat print or car or truck print where only the 0.3 millimeter tire spins, 0.1 and 0.2 don't. I can't review this yet. You can't review something this quickly. Initial impressions, I'm not gonna say diamond in the rough, but maybe like a nice shiny rock in the rough, maybe. It's not enclosed, it can't do ABS. The only stock profile for it is PLA. There is no TPU profile. There is no PETG profile. So if you're looking for a complete turnkey solution, maybe hold off for a bit. If you are a tinkerer and you have no problem wrenching on something, you know how clipper works, and I just want something that does what a Voron does, but I don't want to build it myself, but I'm okay doing a little bit of wrenching. Yeah, maybe this might be for you. I really wish it had the enclosure. I really wish this came with the enclosure out of the box. I don't like that, at least right now. In the future, there'll be an option for panels. I really wish this came with panels right out of the box. That is something it really should. If you're gonna do a Voron right, okay? I'm not a huge fan of this is already stripped. The mount for your the umbilical. Also, the umbilical is just straight up an umbilical. Hopefully it doesn't droop over time into the print volume, but that is something you may have to worry about. Can I just drill right through that? No, I'm gonna have to fiddle with that. Yeah, this is already broken, but yeah. Ready? Come with me on an adventure. Look how thin that is. There ain't no way that screw was staying. And I gotta figure out why the camera doesn't work. And also, the wire for the LED needs to be packaged better for shipping, pre-manufactured, because both me and Modbot, who, not to toot our horns, but we have built printers before, both managed to crush the cable. So it's obviously not in a great spot for assembly, and it's in a pretty easy pinch point. Try restarting Crow's Nest. We've restarted the printer several times. And the camera's still not working. Is it framed with standard extrusions? No. The X gantry extrusions are 2020 extrusions, but they're only two sides are open. The verticals and these are non-standard extrusions. The only thing that are standard extrusions are the extrusions in the gantry. And those are 2020, but they're two-sided. So only two sides are open. My bot also stripped the screw. He did. Okay, let's do this giveaway. Every stream we give away a spool of filament from Polymaker. If you didn't enter, you'll have another chance on Friday. Speaking of Friday, the plan Friday is we are gonna review this machine again. Not review it, but this machine will be on the bench for Friday. We'll do a print and chill. I'm gonna spend, later tonight, I'm gonna try and fix that wire. I'll do some troubleshooting with the camera, see if we can get that working. And then Friday, we'll try and do like an actual full proper print on stream, do a little bit more into it. I'm gonna send an email to Sovol with my comments on the build and see, hopefully they get a response to me back by then. This feels like I can't really review it. I can't really give you a review at this time, because for some people this machine is a great option. For others, I would say run like hell. It really depends on the user and your skill level right now, because this is not a turnkey machine. Right now, I'm not going to say this is a turnkey machine. It's got some roughness to it that needs to be ironed out, I think. But for a sub $600, 350 millimeter spec flying gantry Core XY, heavily inspired by a Voron, good first try. I will say initial first try is good. A lot of this can be fixed in production and also with software. Simple as that. Okay, I need a number. This is Sovol SV08. I need a number between 1 and 8. I need a number between 1 and 8. Also, props to them for using actual, just normal clipper unmodified, as far as I'm aware. Louder than the bamboo. Fans, hard to say. The bamboo's enclosed. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, hard to say if it's louder than bamboo. The bamboo's enclosed. So I can't really give you a direct because this is open air. This doesn't have current air cooling. I'm not sold on current air cooling. Yexo, congratulations, Yexo. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information. Okay, where are you? Oh, no, what the heck? Okay. What the heck? Copy the name. Control copy. Control paste. There you are. Okay. You will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. So congratulations, Yexo. So we are going to call it there. We will carry on with a part 2 of this first look at the SV08 on Friday. On the stream, we'll do a print and chill stream. I'll do a little bit more, Q&A if anyone wants to look at anything and whatnot with the machine. It does have handles. I do like that. but it does have some quirkiness to it. It does have some quirkiness to it. Can you do current air on a flying gantry? Yeah, you can. You can do it. Let's see, can I fix this screw? Nope, that is stripped right out. That screw is stripped right out. Yeah. Oh well. Oh well. It's a PLA machine. It shouldn't be. If they want to put the name Voron as much as they have in the marketing material for this, it better print ABS. So yeah, we're gonna call it there. I gotta go pick up a little guy from school. I'm actually running late. So yeah, we'll revisit this on Friday for a print and chill. I'm gonna do a little behind the scenes stuff and try and tweak some stuff, get the camera working, get the lights working and whatnot. But yeah, again, shout out to Sovol for sending this printer for this first look at it. If you want to know more about it, I do have a link to it in the video description. It is not an affiliate link, and the price on there is placeholder because it will be available on the 18th, and under $600 is that's what I can say. So yeah. And shout out to Polymaker for the spool of filament we gave away this stream and every stream. Link for them and more in the video description. And while you're down there, be sure to check out some of the links in the description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra, go a long way in supporting the channel. And lastly, huge shout out to anyone who donated to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself. I thank you. I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create, without your continued support. You make it all possible. I'm gonna call it there because I have to call it there. We will revisit this on Friday for a print and chill stream. And yeah, I'll post some pictures and whatnot on Twitter after and whatnot. Price, sea of curiosity. You don't need to spam a question for something I answered 2 seconds ago. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Enjoy the rest of the week out there. Hopefully none of you blinded yourself staring at the sun yesterday. And I will see you on Friday. Goodbye.